It was reported that you claimed artificial intelligence to be more deadly than nuclear weapons. I mentioned the possibility. As it continues, you remark that it's similar like calling forth a demon. How do you balance that against the necessity of artificial intelligence, particularly deep learning for self-driving cars? How can you rationalize that? Elon Musk is the Tony Stark of our day, but without the Iron Man suit. Musk concludes that the automobile industry, with its century-old custom of having humans to operate the vehicles, is too routine. So he rolls up his sleeves and starts building Tesla, a corporation that upgrades automobiles while you sleep in addition to providing electrical power. Imagine discovering your car has learned new skills over the night. It's comparable like owning a pet that isn't in need of walks or accidents on your carpet. Now, Elon doesn't drive just any old car. Through frequent brain transplants from the internet, these cars are equipped with functions you never knew you wanted. Like your car asking, hey, what just happened? Every few months, you find yourself standing there in awe of its downward dog pose, thinking, now I can do yoga. Furthermore, I believe it's not as hard as people might assume to get autonomous driving to a level that's far safer than a human. Let's move on to Elon's futuristic vision of autonomous driving, where he sees it becoming as commonplace as using an elevator and manual automobile driving becoming as antiquated as using a rotary phone. When did elevators have operators, you ask? I don't either, but what if we did, and then one day they simply disappeared to be replaced by button-activated elevators? Elon thinks that's how automobiles will be in the future because, in his opinion, the only thing scarier than an AI operating your vehicle is you doing it yourself. Elon predicts that operating an automobile by hand will be viewed as extremely risky in the future, comparable to juggling chainsaws on a unicycle. The idea is that cars might become so safe that they won't even require the bulky armor they do now. It would be equivalent to stating that our cars of the future will behave so well that we won't need to wear bulletproof vests to the grocery store. Approximately 100 million cars and trucks can be produced annually on a global scale. Therefore, assuming the fleet remained the same size, it would take 20 years to replace all automobiles if they were autonomous tomorrow. It would take about 15 years, though it might get smaller if things are autonomous. Furthermore, the change won't happen right away. It will take some time. There's a catch, though. It will take time to make the switch to this ideal fleet of courteous, self-driving electric vehicles. Musk believes it might take 15 to 20 years to replace all of the more than 2 billion legacy automobiles that are now on the road with autonomous counterparts. It's like trying to replace every horse at the turn of the 20th century with a motor, only with more software upgrades and fewer bundles of hay. You may continuously upload new software once you have the hardware base, the sensor, and computing foundation. With a Tesla, at least you always have connectivity. The features in your car will continue to get better. We now have active cruise control, which tracks the vehicle in front of you by combining radar and cameras. In order to anticipate stops, it also looks at brake lights. Even with the existing hardware suite, it will continue to get smarter. But there's still more. Musk aspires for your car to be omniscient, not just clairvoyant. We are talking about a larger sensor suite and enough processing power to make your laptop feel like a calculator from the 1990s in order to attain full autonomy, especially in those excruciatingly unpredictable metropolitan jungles. It's like fastening a utility belt from a superhero to your automobile, only with radars and AI brains in place of grappling hooks. That's where the urban environment, at 30 or 40 mph, becomes tough. As long as it doesn't contact anything, dealing with objects moving at sub 5 to 10 mph at this time is really simple thanks to ultrasonic technology. It's always appropriate to halt when you're inside the ultrasonics range. Why would you want to run your automobile over anything? You can therefore stop within the ultrasonics range at 5 to 10 mph. However, in complex suburban areas, especially at speeds between 10 and 50 mph, a lot of unexpected things can happen. Let us now explore the difficulties and mystical resolutions in the fascinating realm of self-driving cars. Initially, we addressed those breathtaking instances of rush hour traffic, where velocity varies from a glacial to a snail's pace. Musk suggests utilizing ultrasonics to prevent your car from becoming overly intimate with the car in front of it, not as a high-tech spa treatment. It functions something like angry beeping personal space bubbles for your car. The real fun, however, starts at the suburban obstacle course, where life throws everything at your car kids, chasing balls, death-wishful squirrels, and bikers who mistakenly believe they are in the Tour de France. Musk's response? Part supercomputer, part psychic medium, the car's brain can see into the future and make snap decisions with the cool, controlled demeanor of a Zen master. It involves more than just dodging hazards. It involves anticipating suburban mayhem and handling it with the grace of a ballet dancer. Regulators probably won't let it for another 2 or 3 years after the time at which a car is unquestionably safer than a person. They will require a substantial amount of statistical evidence demonstrating that it is significantly safer than a person. That being said, I believe you can run it in shadow mode, which is effectively telling it to perform this is what the computer would have done in all these circumstances did something crash or not. What do false negatives and false positives mean? Once you have a sizable demographic group, you may present the regulators with a convincing statistical case. After giving it some thought and analyzing the information, they will eventually come to an overwhelming conclusion. Imagine this government rules are Elon Musk's worst enemy as he relentlessly pursues his vision of a utopian future in which automobiles drive themselves and people are free to quarrel over aux cords. But it's not only about capes and supervillains, it's also about persuading the authorities with the allure of hard, cold statistics. Musk intends to use self-driving cars in shadow mode, which is essentially just the cars pretending to drive themselves in order to gather data. This sounds like a covert espionage operation, gathering all the facts required to convince authorities that, indeed, these robotic chauffeurs are significantly safer than humans who get sidetracked by anything from billboards to butterflies is like having a ghost driver who's exceptionally good at avoiding crashes. I believe there is a case to be made for exercising extreme caution and waiting to make changes to the public safety system until everything is in order. It's not true, in my opinion, that authorities are refusing to approve of a totally autonomous system at this time. However, that will change in a few years. This is when things become spicier. Musk and Tesla steer clear of hurried legislation that would impede the promising future of autonomous driving as they negotiate the perilous waters of innovation. It would be like saying to your friend who is too careful, maybe you should go for a walk without wearing a helmet and elbow pads. Although self-driving technology isn't quite ready to eliminate humanity. Tesla is causing quite the stir with its software innovations and is making significant investments in the kind of engineering magic that can improve your car while you're asleep. We're talking about transforming your vehicle into a stylish, autonomous robot that can learn new skills and level up like a character in a video game. This is the kind of car I would want to own, wouldn't you? Doesn't it make you feel optimistic about Tesla? Would you consider making an investment in Tesla? Who else is as enthusiastic about Tesla as you are? That would be Seeking Alpha, today's sponsor. It's not enough to merely watch Tesla's phenomenal rise from the sidelines. Seeking Alpha is your one-stop shop for the most recent information on Tesla, Tesla stock price targets, Tesla innovation, and everything Elon Musk related for fans of the company and those who have an eye for finding the next big stock market find. Avoid the mainstream media's negative commentary about Tesla. The internet's top pro-Tesla news outlet is Seeking Alpha. Our channel might receive a commission if you click on the affiliate links in the description and make a purchase. I appreciate your help. When we first constructed the Tesla together, the Tegra was considered to be more than sufficient. Can we just squeeze more performance out of that platform, you asked recently? It simply so happened. After practically 2 years and multiple software updates, the computer platform's power suddenly ran out. It's also because you wished to include more features that needed a higher processing power. Thus, I suppose the query is, what are your thoughts on the matter of future-proofing? We've reached the root of the issue in the present day. Once thought to be strong enough, the Tesla brain is now only a nostalgic recollection, similar to an antiquated smartphone that can't run the newest software. What then happens when the computational power your futuristic vision requires exceeds the capabilities of your existing hardware? The ever-increasing needs of new features must be balanced with future-proofing, according to Tesla's engineers. You'll eventually need an upgrade, just like attempting to use apps from 2023 on a smartphone that was released in 2008. However, with Tesla, that update is more than simply a new phone, rather, it's a revolution in automotive design that guarantees every vehicle that leaves the factory is prepared for both the unknown problems of tomorrow and today.